What's up guys, AVXOY here, bringing you a Black Ops 3 Der Eisendrache video. I'm actually going to make a very detailed guide, just in case for the people that haven't even played Der Eisendrache yet, know exactly where to go and what to do. And it also, I give a little background on what's going on. But anyway, let's get into the video. Step 1 is rather easy, so I'm not going to be spending too much time going over it. All you have to do is craft the Wrath of the Ancients. In order to do so, you have to feed 3 dragons, which are located by the double tap courtyard, in the undercroft by the pyramid, and in the science lab above the fireplace. When you feed all 3, they will crumble to the ground, and you will have to make your way to the knight's tomb. You could grab the unupgraded bow anytime you want, as long as you put your upgraded bow down, or if you go down. It will always spawn in this location. Step 2, you have to upgrade the bow. Depending on how many players you have, that's how many bows you must create in that game. If I played solo, I only have to create 1 bow, which I recommend using the lightning bow because it's more effective and causes more damage. Now, if you have 4 players, you obviously have to make all 4 bows and then craft them onto the later rounds. But I recommend doing them early, because once you get that done early, the Easter egg will be much easier. Now, as you can see on the screen, I'm showing you where to find these quests. The quests are how you upgrade the bows, and you must follow some tedious tasks, where I will have annotations on the screen for each guide of these tasks. So what you want to do is shoot your Wrath of the Ancients at these symbols, and then it will crumble, and you could pick up your quest besides the Wolf Ghost Spirit Bow, which obviously in the video for that one, you will see how to do it. Step 3 is where you have to replace your upgraded bow with the Wrath of the Ancients. Don't worry, you can get your upgraded bow back again. Just place it back where you had it in the placeholder, and then make your way to the tomb. When you get there, pick up the Wrath of the Ancients and go to the Undercroft's teleporter. Now, when you're there, you're going to see the wisps above the teleporter, and you want to shoot it with the Wrath of the Ancients. Make sure it's not the upgraded one or it won't work. Now, it's illuminating a blue light or a thing of electricity, but when you shoot each wisp, it will turn gold. Now, when you shoot all 3, it's going to have a little audio cue of like a digestive noise, and then you're going to have to begin playing hide and seek. Step 4 is a little game of hide and seek. There are rules, noises, and locations that go along with this whole step, so you have to understand which each of them mean. I'm going to be showing you the locations where this purple electrical orb or light will be spawning. There are 8 total ones, and I will be showing you right now every single one of them. The first location is located near the double tap, which is actually the rear car tire wheel, which could be glowing up. The second location is the room above double tap to the left of the crafting bench on top of boxes. The third location is the globe between Eddie and Samantha's room. The fourth location is the telephone in the power room. The fifth location is the clock above the fireplace in the science lab. The sixth location is the radio in the science lab. The 7th location is the clock on the second extension of the second floor of the extension of the bell tower. The 8th location is on a desk near Quick Revive. Now that you know where all these locations are, it depends on how many players you have. You can divide them up equally if you have 2 to 4 players, and it minimizes your travel, and also this matters because you are timed for this. So the rules are: collect all 4 orbs within the beginning of every round, unless you do the wisp, because if you shoot the part in step 3, right away you're going to hear a regurgitation noise or some odd noise, and that signifies that this little purple orb has spawned in one of these 8 locations. You have to shoot it with an upgraded bow. If you shoot it without an upgraded bow, it's going to have a buzzer noise, which basically tells you that you failed. Also, you have to try to shoot them in the proper sequence. So meaning, you have to shoot them in the purple order, or in the order where the purple light is telling you. If you shoot just a random object that I showed out, then it will fail you there. Also, try not to look at these objects when they spawn in. Stand in the middle of where they could be, depending on how many players you have. This can be done anytime in the beginning of a round. You are timed, so you will be facing zombies while trying to search for this. But if complete, you will hear a little successful noise, like a teleporting noise, and you're going to want to make your way to the teleporter. Once you get there, you're going to see a purple light glowing from the center of the teleporter. Have all players stand in it and hold square to teleport back in time. This is where your step 5 will begin. Step 5, you teleport back in time to a cutscene with Dr. Groff. He is the other voice you hear throughout this main Easter egg. Now, straight to the left out of the teleporter, there's a blue canister which you want to go toggle and pick up. Straight across the room, there will be battery charges next to this computer with scrolls on top of a chest with a cross. By the time you've picked up both of these pieces, you're going to see Dr. Groff shutting the safe. Now, on the safe keypad, there's going to be 3 symbols. They can be repeated, but there'll be 3 symbols that are popping up, and you need to memorize all of them. Now, I made a chart which kind of makes me memorize them without even writing them down or taking a picture of them, so hopefully this chart also helps you, because you're going to be seeing these symbols many times in the many later steps. So, the first thing I have in my chart is the circle. Then I have a triangle, a door, and a rocket. Now, I'll keep this up on screen for quite some time so you guys can memorize it, and hopefully this will help you when you do the furthest step for Simon Says. But anyway, when this cutscene ends, you're going to be going back to the rocket pad and present time. Now, a Panzer will spawn, so if you haven't gotten the Ragnarok DG4s, which are also known as the Gravity Spikes piece, you can do so before round 12 if you manage to teleport before then. Also, you must keep a zombie alive to proceed on to step 6. The round cannot end from the round when you teleported in and got the save code. If the round happens to end, you have to actually teleport back into the cutscene because the combination on the safe will change every round. So keep one zombie alive and try not to kill him while you're destroying the Panzer. Step 6 includes placing the fuse cores into the Death Ray's fuse box. Then, once you do so by holding square or X, you want to go to the other side and change the meter from destroy to protect. Now, in order to get the computers working by the bell tower, you need to activate the Death Ray at least once throughout your game. If you haven't, do it now and grab the Ragnarok DG4 piece by hitting the Wonder Sphere. Make sure the round still has not ended. Now make your way to the bell tower computers and you'll see the 4 symbols which I put up last time on my screen. You want to remember the ones that were on the safe from the cutscene with Dr. Groff. When you do that, you have to hold square or X on the screen, and then it will correspond to the safe in present day. If you get all 3 correct, you'll hear a success noise, and the safe will open within the present day teleporter room. Now, you want to make your way down to the safe and grab the 2 fusion cores, and then you want to hit the chip. So, by holding square or X, you could pick these up into your inventory, and this will make you move on to the next step. For step 7, you're going to want to make your way to the Bastion. Walk up to the Death Ray and switch the meter back from protect to destroy. Most people forget this part, and it screws up their Easter egg. So, what you want to do after that, you'll see parallel from the Death Ray, there are 2 metal beams with a ball on top, and they will be generating electricity after you finish this step. Now, with the fusion coils you got from the safe, you want to place it in each one of the metal beams. You'll see that one of them are missing, and if you just toggle X or square on it, it will add it. Now you're ready for Simon Says. You want to make your way to the bell tower terminal, and you want to hold square down on the control panel. This will put in your little floppy disk, and then it will start up the game of Simon Says. It will show you 4 symbols randomly generated on the screen. Now you must memorize them, as it gives you a few seconds to go over it. Then it will disappear and it will have a 1 symbol on the big screen. You must mimic it by holding square or X on the screen that you saw the symbols on before. You must do this at the bell tower terminal and the rocket pad terminal. When you complete one, you will notice from the metal beams, the ball sparks will be going and it'll be light. And once you complete both of them, the back of the Death Ray will be glowing green. And this will end up being your next step. Step 8 is where you toggle the back of the Death Ray. Once you do so, there will be a ton of electricity going between the 2 spheres. They will charge up and then shoot from each one of them into the sky, which hits Dempsey's rocket pod. Now this rocket pod will go flying down through the sky for a little bit and then take a crash course through the bell tower on top of the tank, and his capsule will land to the left of the entrance of the science lab. Now, if you go near the capsule, it will shock you, so you just want to pick up the golden vril, which is on the right side of the wreckage of the missile, and that landed on top of the tank. So when you do that, you want to pick it up and drag it into your inventory. Once you do so, make your way back to the Knight's Tomb where you crafted the Wrath of the Ancients. When spawning in the Gatekeeper by placing the vril, it's going to have a white flash and then spawn in an unlimited amount of dogs, which you do not get XP for, but you want to follow the Gatekeeper to 4 locations. Now, there is a little twist into one of the locations, which I will mention after I tell you how to figure this out. Once you follow the Gatekeeper into a location, stand in the circle. The more players in the circle, the bigger it gets, so that's more room to run. But in order to find out who has to collect the souls into the Black Sun tablet, all you have to do is look at the bottom of the screen. It will have a sort of different hue, and it goes along with the color of the bows. So if I have a light blue one, it's most likely going to be the Wolf Spirit bow. Then that person has to keep shooting and killing zombies in order to fill up this tablet, and once done, the Gatekeeper will move. Now the tablet near double tap and in between the spawn will be missing, so you have to teleport back in time again by doing the purple orb method, and when you do so, straight out of the teleporter, you have to turn right and there will be an Apothecon book. There's the Apothecon symbols on it so you will not miss it. It's in a little box with some straw or hay, and you want to toggle X or square, and there will be no Q or anything that says you've done it, but make your way to the exit of the teleporter room and you'll see a box that has opened, and it has the same Black Sun tablet that you were filling up before. You want to toggle it by doing square or X into your inventory. Now you'll teleport back into the map by the rocket pad, kill the Panzer, and make your way over to the Wonder Sphere. Then you're going to sprint back to where the Gatekeeper was, which is by double tap. Then hold square X and place the Black Sun tablet. When that is done, you can continue to with whoever's bow that is. And then when you are finished with this step, he will go back to the pyramid room, and this is where the fun stuff begins. For step 9, make your way down to the pyramid room. You'll notice that there's volts of electricity going where the pyramid was. Now, the Gatekeeper will make his way into the middle of that. Then the pressure plates will produce 4 lasers from each one, attacking the Gatekeeper. Then it will rise up, and then the zombies will stop spawning, and you'll hear this audio cue coming from Dr. Groff. Zombies will spawn in from the prior round. Now you want to go place in the blue canister of souls where you got out of the teleporter. Once you place this in, the pyramid will open. You'll notice that there are 3 of them, and you have to place it in the 4th area that it's not placed in. Now once this happens, you want to have your gravity spikes or your Ragnarok DG4s and place it on the pressure plate. If you have 1 player, all you need to do is place it on 1, and obviously if you have 4 players, you all have to place it on 4 at the same time. So when you do this, then another white flash will occur. Now you'll end up in the final boss round. In this stage, you'll see the giant Gatekeeper. Don't waste your ammo on it just yet. As there will be many obstacles throughout this stage, you'll have magma rocks that spawn in that catch you on fire and does do damage to you. There will be skeletons reskinned as the zombies, and then there'll also be an enlarged Gatekeeper skull, which you went around for the Skull Crusher bow if you've done that. Make sure all players are conscious of the center of the map, because the Gatekeeper can spawn in a circular electricity orb, which then, if nothing is done to it, it will set out a shock that can one-hit every player and down them, unless you're behind one of the pillars or the rock pillars around the whole circle. This is the only safe place if you fail to put your Ragnarok DG4s down. Now, in order to attack the Gatekeeper, you actually need to make sure you see this blue orb spawn. When it does, have 1 player run in with its gravity spikes and place down the gravity spikes on the blue orb with L2 or LT. Once they do so, just make sure you hide behind the pillar just to be safe, and then you'll notice that the Gatekeeper's chest will open up. When it's opening up, it will be glowing orange around the black sun symbol. Now you want to unload all of your bows on this symbol to do as much damage as possible. If you've done it correctly, the gatekeeper will leave in an odd way, and then a new stage will begin. You will do this for 3 stages, as the second stage there are panzers, and you have to make sure that you grab the max ammos, because obviously that is needed. Then after that, you'll have stage 3, where there's panzers and every single thing spawning in that round. But everyone gets engaged within the firefight, where they forget about the blue orb. So you'll do the blue orb about 3 or 4 times while doing the final boss fight. But once you complete the final boss fight, you're going to want to end up back in the pyramid room. Now you'll notice that this is where step 10 begins. For the final step, make your way around the pyramid to where you placed the vril. Now you'll notice the summoning key is in the center. Pick it up and make your way over to the bell tower. You want to go to that computer terminal where you opened up the safe before. Now, once you get there, try to avoid all the zombies and place the summoning key within the computer. Once that is done, you can look up in the sky and notice rockets are going towards the moon. Once it hits the moon and explodes, the cutscene will begin.
We don't need the moon, right? Nothing bad could come from that.
The road is long and dark, but I know where we are going. We will complete our mission.
He's still alive. I fucking hope so.
This subject will one day wreak havoc across the entire universe. He cannot be allowed to live.
This wasn't how it was supposed to go. We were supposed to secure the package and be in and out clean. Instead, the whole thing's been one disaster after another. I should never have trusted you, Richthofen. Never!
You should trust me, Dempsey. You all should. This artifact has the power to contain and preserve the subject's soul. Your soul. But it can only be done after the moment of death. Just as you saw me do to my other self. It is the only way.
Wait! If someone's gotta take him out to save the universe, then it should be me that does it.
Good to see you, Tank.
Now that's going to conclude this whole Easter egg tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I spent a lot of time doing this. If you did enjoy it, or if you just want to be nice, drop a like and share this video, because I spent a really long time doing this. And I did this for you. And I didn't mean to call you dummies. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm AVXRY and I'm out.